So several people ask me how I field dress my animals. So this morning I'm on a ewe hunt and I just shot a ewe, and I gotta try to film this and see how it goes. But if you look at the animal, one of the first things I do is I look at where the shot was made, and if it was a marginal shot that went through, any of the internal organs, the stomach or the intestines and so on, and then I treat it a little differently. But on this one, I got a pretty good shot. Front of the shoulder went through the throat and came out the chest on the other side. So it's a pretty clean shot. The animal bled out really well. So to start, if it was a gut shot, I definitely would start on the side of the animal that's in better shape. In other words, if the shot is on the right side, I'll lay the animal so that that shot is down toward the ground, because the fluids from the stomach and the intestines would tend to settle down. And then I'll work on the better side first and take all that meat off, and clean it up, and then I'll flip it over and work on the opposite side. So I work on one side at a time, and I start with taking the animal, and what I'll do is I'll cut down this hind leg and skin the hind leg, and I'll actually remove the hind before I start skinning the front part of the chest of the animal and the foreleg. So let's see how this goes. Might be hard getting a kind of filming that to explain all of this, but we'll try. Okay, so first gonna skin out this hind leg. I go down the front of the leg, just take a knife and run it just under the skin. Right up to there. So what we'll do is the skin and on one side. I don't know if you can see this, but one of the things I'll do is I'll skin this until I get this whole front portion out. So I'll take the skin down this way. Okay, and then the other side. Okay, so that's off, and then I'll skin this back side. Okay, so right up to the backbone. So this hind now is ready to come off. So cut down to the pelvic bone, come around. Break the ball joint. So that's your hind quarter right there. Nice and clean. Then I lay it on the meat bag to cool. So the next step now is I'm gonna skin off from the belly and go right up to the shoulder, take off the front hoof, and then peel the skin back to the spine. So this part goes actually pretty quick. Let's pull here, then run your knife. The back side. Take this off. So that's it. Skin it right up to the spine. And next step is I'll remove the shoulder, and then I'll take the ribs and then the neck meat last. Okay, so I gotta take off the shoulder, which is easy to do. Just pull up on the hoof and slice between the rib. That's between the ribs and the shoulder blade. Right up. Don't cut too much into the loin. So that's the shoulder. This one's nice and clean. So I'll lay this down to cool. Okay, now to take off these ribs, first I'm gonna cut right along the backbone here. Here's the backbone. I cut just inside of that, and I'm gonna start loosening up the back strap. But I'm not gonna take it off completely. Just follow the spine. Okay, so just a cut like that. And I'm gonna loosen the back strap, probably on the back third, until you feel this rib right here. Because we're gonna take it down here to the ribs. So just gonna run this along the bone. Run the knife along the bone. Right to there. This is the first rib. I'm gonna go between that right here. I'm gonna cut these ribs out. Okay, don't cut too deep. You're gonna cut into the gut. So I run my knife kind of at a flat angle like this and run it along the rib and come down. Okay, I want to give you a better view of what I'm doing. So on the back, I remove part of the back strap up until the second rib here, and then I cut through that, leaving my knife flat like this and running it down. And what I'm doing is separating the diaphragm. So this is a diaphragm I'm cutting through, and then I'll get down all the way down here to the sternum, and then cut through the brisket, up to the brisket, all the way up to here to the first rib on the top, and then I'm going to separate the ribs from the spine on the top. Okay, so let's try to start filming again, and let me do some cutting. So I will start cutting through the bone, and this is where a cheap knife like this comes in handy. And I always carry a little hatchet, nothing too big, but easy to carry in the pack. And what I do is I put my knife in here. Let's get another piece. Slide this knife in here, and use the back of the hatchet. Okay. And that's it. Okay, you can see the lungs and the ribs are separated. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna separate it from the spine, and I use my hatchet for that. There you go. Very nice, clean set of ribs with the loin and back strap attached. So when we put this on our grill, it's gonna be just awesome eating. So that's pretty much all the meat. Look at that, all the back strap, shoulder, ribs, hind, all taken out. And get the flies off. So that is all cooling, getting ready to be put in the pack. Okay. So I still got the other half to work on. I'll turn off this camera and get the job done.